Leo, welcome to your reading. Welcome to your reading for 2021. I want to first of all start by thanking all of you so much for your support, especially through 2020. And it really means so much to me. And so this is your reading for 2021. If it's your first time on my channel, I'd like to welcome you. Thank you so much. I'm a little out of breath. I was playing with my cat. He's like running all across. So, and also his name is Leo. So I bought these beautiful cards for you. Spellcasting oracle cards specifically for these 2021 readings. Now, the thing about a reading is, especially when you get these ones, is that they don't always resonate right away. So what I would recommend is that you do look at the whole reading, and if it really doesn't resonate, then as always, there is a link in the description. There's your free natal chart. Maybe you need to go look at a different reading then. Also, in the description is the link for AC Digital Marketing Solutions, which is my wonderful friend that does all my beautiful designs, who did the beautiful design for this video, for the thumbnail. And so if you need any social media work done, graphic design work done, you can contact AC Digital Marketing Solutions directly. All right. Okay, let's see what we got for you. And really, really welcome to my channel. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Adrian. Welcome to my channel. I had the same card for Sagittarius when I did Sagittarius' reading. And I feel in your case it speaks about faith. It talks about hope shining through. It speaks about solutions to problems that, in a sense, that you never might have thought that you would have had. But then also, that you never, it's almost like you're not seeing the solution at the moment. And there's beautiful divine intervention actually coming through. It's almost like you can see a miracle unfold in front of your eyes. What's happening at the moment. It's actually quite incredible. It's like you can literally see a miracle unfolding before your eyes. Okay, that's quite fantastic, actually. I love that. Let's see what we're going to use for you in tarot cards. Okay, so we're going to use the Deviant Moon Tarot for you, and which is a beautiful gift from one of my incredibly beautiful subscribers. Also, when I select this particular deck, or when it's selected for my reading, I do also know that this is a release of things that are no longer serving you all that positively. Maybe beliefs that were serving you good before but no longer are. This is you getting over trust issues, getting over abandonment issues, getting over the fact when people weren't really there for you, when you probably needed them the most. And this is sort of the energy that's bringing you towards where you currently are. So these are life experiences bringing you towards where you currently are. Now, I like where I see you being, but also somehow, I'm going to draw another card for you, because at the same time it almost gives me a bit of uneasy sort of feeling. It's like life itself, you're at a stable place, you're at a good pace, things materialistically working out for you. This could be maybe a job, a new home, or, improving health, increased confidence. But it's almost like there's this little devil sitting on your shoulder saying, this isn't going to last. Don't get too comfortable here. What if this doesn't work out? So there's almost like that sort of contradiction running over there. Something almost like a fear that you might be running out of time, resources, money. This is also what happens sometimes when we get the past, that was sort of, lovely to see, because as you're going through into 2021, it's almost like you're going from where you are heading into 2021 right now. There are doubts, there are fears, there are worries, there are concerns. There's, it's almost like it makes you feel very, it's like you're a little bit like a plate, like a fly on a hot plate, because you're not as, sort of like together as you would, as you would ordinarily be. And that in itself is sort of like shaking you up a little bit there, all right? But then as you are going into 2021 and very early in the year, but I feel by like March you've got this whole thing wrapped up. April you go into a a whole new life. It's like when come like the 1st of April, like April Fools, you're like, who's the fool? Not me. It's like you're getting your juju back, your magic juice. So you're overcoming this. So whatever's really bothering you at the moment, whatever might sort of be having you kind of like maybe, sort of like running in circles and being overwhelming, I feel also that, I can actually quite clearly see it, that, there's a bit of a lack mentality going on with you at the moment. And the reason for that, I feel for most of you, for many of you, is it's almost like you were painting your life in a certain way. There's a certain picture, expectation, how you painted it, how you have been, and then we obviously sometimes come across that realization that that everything that glitters isn't always that sort of gold. There might have been a bit of a misconception, maybe life threw a bit of a curveball there, and it's almost like it's not so much like you don't want to trust where you are right now. It's actually that you do want to, but sometimes life has this thing of like, oh, are you sure you want to do that? Are you sure you want to do that? What if this happens? What if that happens? And you want to be mindful of this and mindful of that, and have you considered this and have you thought about that? So there's a lot of that mind chatter sort of going on. But then I also feel that this thing is getting wrapped up because this is just, this is from those past sort of situations where things didn't go exactly the way that you would have wanted to go. It doesn't really mean, there might have been other people involved, but it doesn't necessarily always mean, that somebody might have done you wrong. It's more like life just sort of happened and it reflected sort of on your life in a way that you didn't really like. It really shook you there at the core. But so where you are right now, things are really, things started to really stabilize for you quite beautifully. Home, work, health, all those type of things, even looking more beautiful, like in the face. Maybe some of you have got a new haircut, you got a new car, you got a new wardrobe. But it's almost, it's like you are going forward, you're moving forward, but there is that sense of discontent inside, not wanting to fully immerse in all this where you are right now, because what if life comes back and kind of like knocks me off my feet again? All right. All fine and perfect to feel that way. We are all human beings. We all get these emotions. But first of all, I'd like to remind you that you are further into the next step than you might actually realize that you were. And also, it's like you are beginning to see and getting clarity about the patterns, the subconscious beliefs and the patterns and the fears and the concerns that we sometimes have that don't serve us in a positive way. You are getting to see what those are, or sort of like you kind of beginning to get clarity about what it is right now. But it's almost like, when somebody starts opening like windows in like a vampire, like, don't see right now. But it's little bit by little bit, the windows opening more, and you're realizing that it's safe for you to feel the sunshine because, you're a day walker. You're that next level type of vampire. So it's wonderful because that's clearing up for you, you are really getting, for those of you that are struggling with confidence for a moment, at the moment, for example, that is really being cleared out there for you. And what is this called? Oh my goodness. 8 of Pentacles. This is you, where you are right now. This is what's happening for you at the moment. It's like you are going through the purifying fires. You beginning to shine up more and more. So you almost like take something like rubies, for example. All of you that know me know that I love crystals. Actually, rubies it's a gem, but not the point. But when you see a ruby in its raw form, it doesn't look like much. It's beautiful, but it's not. It doesn't have that like until it gets polished, and then it like really, really shines up. Now, this is the same sort of thing that's happening for you at the moment. You're actually being polished. So there are some things happening in your life, maybe some disappointments, and at a time like this, you will have people moving away, but there's also people moving towards you. So it's a very equal sort of give and take, which is actually quite incredible. But you're going through that purifying fires, which is quite an amazing thing happening there for you. Let's just look at this trust card. Let's see what we get there for you. Boom, 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 boom. Make a roll. Okay. So still having a, yeah. So especially for those of you that are feeling like, oh my goodness, I don't know, should I, shouldn't I, can I, can't I? There's life is busy. It's a confirmation for you that you may be feeling sort of alone and isolated at the moment, but it's a confirmation for you and a consolation for you that you are actually not. You know, that there is a divine intervention that is taking place at this particular point in your life. Incredible divine intervention, in fact, busy taking place in your life at the moment. This is one of those things where you are moving forward into so much beauty, so much bliss, so much abundance, so many blessings, much greater version of you, but it doesn't feel like that at the moment. This is one of those blessings that doesn't actually feel like a blessing at the moment. Okay. But things are turning in your favor. There's an incredible sort of turning of tables that's taking place here in your lives. And so this is sort of like, this is almost like if you imagine being in one of those sort of animation films where, you know, sometimes things, you know, somebody comes in there like, you know, abracadabra, and like things just start to like change around you, you know, and transform around you. That's sort of what's happening at your life at the moment. But it's like for many of you, it's like you're seeing it, but you're also like, yeah, am I imagining this? All right, let's see which deck we clarify for you. The signs, they want me to let you know that the signs that you're seeing are real. We are using the traditional Rider-Waite tarot deck to clarify. Let's keep it old school, baby. Let's keep it old school. Let the school be kept old. Okay. Justice and the Nine of Cups. Lots of hopes, lots of dreams that you are having at the moment. And this is not only just for you, this is for your life, the people in your life, the people who are affected by your decisions in your life, the people who benefit as a result in your life. I feel that for many of you, there's a lot of hope, and there's like this big sort of step that you want to take. Which also has you sort of tripping where you are at the moment there with the Trust card and the Ace of Swords that came out in reverse, because you're like, you know, I've got this crown already on my head, you know, I've done what I needed to do, but it's almost like already having sort of like the crown on your head, but somehow you're kind of covering the crown with a different piece of headpiece, so nobody can see it. It's like wearing your crown sort of like in secret at the moment. Okay, I'm hoping that you don't have to do that. Beautiful solutions coming there for you. Actually, beautiful things coming there for you. Judgment sort of being made in your favor. Now, for many of you, what brought you to where you currently are, there's that stepping away. There's that some sort of separation that took place over here. So somehow there was a split in your life, whether this happened recently, whether this happened some period ago. It became very prevalent as of recent in your life. And I feel that it's almost like there was something in the making for quite a while. And you may not have had as much control over the situation as you would have liked to. But I also feel that for many of you, it's almost like you were sort of out of touch with who you truly honestly are. Some way things were sort of suppressed, you know. This could be, it could really be by anything, you know, whether it's gossip, narcotics, overworking, wrong relationships, over exercising, whatever it is, it's like you're keeping yourself quite busy there, so you don't sort of see that sort of like, you know, that old sort of analogy as we had earlier on with, you know, what glitters doesn't shine. But also it's like you kind of sacrifice yourself in the situation. You know, emotions have a thing like that sometimes. They become very overwhelming. And you realize that, you know what, I feel like in the deepest, darkest pit, and sometimes we get that when you're at rock bottom, you realize, you know what, I'm going to have to pick myself up and I'm going to have to try again. I can't be giving up in the situation. You know, I need to take control of my heart and I need to move forward. And you have, and you've done so bravely. Okay. Now, let's just get one more. Okay, all right. So, Ace of Swords, again in reverse. Coupled with the Two of Cups in reverse. Yeah. This is, this is when we keep a situation together, or try our best to keep a situation together, from good intentions, really. I mean, we always do things really from good intentions. We don't always realize that. But, that maybe what we're doing might not be, for our best interest. But this is you staring yourself blind to the truth. So this all that glitters doesn't shine situation, whatever it is that you got yourself into, be it a unity, be it a job, be it a what sort of thing it is that you're opening your heart for, that you know for a fact it's not the best sort of setup for you. A lot of people would have said, how are you not seeing this? You were blind to it. You didn't actually see it. You didn't want to see it. Which obviously, let's see how this is sort of like unfolding in the current. It brings you to this precipice where one has to decide. This is like a new beginning, basically, where you actually lose so much that is so important to you, and one has to decide. This is where you're brought to a point in life where you've got no choice but to start over. And the important thing to realize is that you are actually the one that's bringing yourself to that point, okay? Because you're sort of tired of playing the not good enough sort of game. And this is you actually choosing the choice that's taking you forward. This is where you are right now. You've got your now. I feel there's a very sort of feeling of discontent where you currently are. It doesn't feel that sort of comfortable, but this is also you choosing to move forward in what is best for you. What your heart requires. Now, which is great, because I was very concerned initially with your current situation, but what's coming towards you. Yeah, this is you releasing patterns, especially in this year, starting in February, unfolding in March, very well on your way when you get to April. Letting go of toxic connections, friendships that are, two-faced, backstabbing. And I also feel, interesting enough, there's a beautiful, I don't know, it seems like there's some sort of major misconception taking place here, or took place here. And that is getting evened out, Next year, in between the two period, like March, June. But I also feel, actually towards July, it's almost like there's an evening out of scale. So for some reason, things seem to somehow be sort of rocky. So it's getting evened out. Now, what is this release? This is what I'm trying to understand. Tower and the Eight of Wands. And I even want to draw another card for that. Jump right out. Okay, okay. So this is you realizing that, and I feel this is very much where you are right now. This is you realizing that, or in this, when I say now, I mean like in the period now, that it's like very deep thinking taking place, and realizing that you're not really honoring the highest good of yourself. It's almost like emotionally, with your heart and with your connections and what you give your energy to, you, in many ways, you haven't been very nice to yourself, you haven't been that sort of Leo energy. You've actually been very crappy towards yourself, This is like when the bus goes over you, like, oh, wait, hold on, I'm not dead yet. Can you come back again? Can you crush me again? And this is you definitely moving away from that self-destructive patterning that could have been going on there, you know, and finding a lot of peace. So I feel that in the beginning of next year, it might be very sort of rough for you, very touch and go for you. But it's also when you get to see that you are the one that actually got you into lots of that. There's just a big release and there's a lot of peace coming with it. So maybe a little bit, you know, rough there in the beginning, but definitely going forward. Yeah, this is you. And even in your overall energy, this is you choosing your highest good, choosing to put yourself first. Yeah, and you know, the thing is, it's like heart chakra opening. It's emotions that locked it. Emotions has to be felt in order to move on from it. It's hard, you know. But there's this definite rebalancing taking place, and it's overall taking place for you now. It's like you're sort of just seeing the light, you know, and it's beaming brightly, and you're like, oh my goodness, how did I miss this? Yeah, this is you. Moving into your strength even now. And even though there's like, you know, certain things that need to be done, not necessarily all of them pleasurable, you also realize that it needs to be done. You're like, you know what, I'm going to do the work to get what I want to get. Okay. If that resonates with you, more than welcome to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the video. I also recently teamed up with an international company to create a crystal healing course. It's not yet available. All the clever powers that be, that are not me, you know, they're still busy putting things together, but as soon as it's available, I'll put it on future readings for you. Okay. Alrighty, this is the first time I got this one coming out for all the different readings. Notes from the universe on love. Let's see what we have for you. Message for you, Leo. I like these cards. They've got a very funky energy. You know, this is you embracing your true divinity, because it's a light, funky energy. It says, oh, come on. Enjoy your extraordinary uniqueness. You know, there's no one like you. Do you know what you've created? No, besides an intergalactically known Santa named after you, such big words, inspiration in the eyes that have watched you, hope in the minds that have admired you, and love in the hearts that have known you. You haven't been seeing yourself for the glorious being that you are for quite a while, all right? But you might ease up on your sachet before someone gets hurt, okay? So it's all fine and well, but don't push it a little bit too far, all right? Now, let's finish off for you, Leo, with a message from the universe for 2021. So, message from the universe for 2021 for Leo, please. Okay. I don't know why, but I hear it quite clearly in my mind. It says, don't take things too far. Like, healing is all good, but don't let it hurt other people in the process. You'll know what to do when the time comes, when the time is right, okay? You'll know what to do when the time comes. This is actually what I do. I hear things in my mind and then I ask questions. Oh, Page of Emotions and Two of Emotions. This is you releasing. It's like for many of you, it's like your heart was closed for a very long time, because there was this emotional crap that you weren't dealing with, and you started dealing with it, and your heart chakra is opening. Yes, as I said earlier, when the heart chakra opens, you know, it's challenging, but it brings you're getting to see the beauty of who you are, the beauty of who you've always been, the beauty that you've missed within yourself. You're beginning to see that. And it's so profound when we get to see it ourselves, and that's where you're getting, and that's fantastic stuff. I love it so much. You know, I really hope that, and if the message resonates with you, open your heart, mind, and soul to it. I really hope from my heart that you have the most beautiful, beautiful, beautiful 2021 of your life. May it be blessed, may it be beautiful, may it be fantastic and incredible, and so it is. Namaste. Love and light.